Buenas tardes a las personas que ya se conectaron.
Good afternoon to the people who already connected. We will be beginning in a few minutes. If you have any issues with the translation into English, you can write it on the chat. Florence, Sister Florence is available if you need anything.
Bienvenidas a todas.
Welcome. We are doing a sound check. If you have any problems, any issues, you can write it on the messenger service because Florence, Sister Florence is helping us for the virtual hall in Spanish and English. The entire prayer will be in Spanish with translation into English. We're running another test, another sound check, so that there are no issues afterwards while we are praying. Louder. I always speak very loudly. Is this okay? Can everybody hear? Can you also hear the translation? We begin in 2 minutes.
Buenas tardes o buenos días.
Good afternoon, or good morning, or good night, depending on the time. My name is Aurora Torres from the Congregation of Marie Réparatrice. I am a member of the Executive Council of UISG. On behalf of the President, Yolanda Kafta, I welcome you to this space to join our hearts as religious life and open up to prophetic hope. The hope that is carried by the Paschal mystery and that leads us to participate to history with a contemplative gaze rooted in the experience of the God of life in abundance.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon. My name is Patricia. I am in charge of communications for UISG. Along with Sister Aurora, we are accompanying this prayer. It is the first time that as UISG, we take up this digital space to pray together. The objective is to create a global connection among the religious who are not in Rome, so they may participate in this important church event from a distance. Right now, we have 23 religious sisters participating in the Synod, and they need our support and our accompaniment. Amazon is a theological place where faith crosses paths with nature and culture. The Amazon is a paradigm of all those places where the cry of creation and the cry of the poor emerges. UISG invites all the communities of religious throughout the world to create a symbolic space in their home with a symbol or something that can recall this synodal moment in the church in order to pray for the synod and for our sisters who are attending. What does your heart say? With the help of our breathing, we are going to get in contact with the deepest part of our being. There, where the creative energy is flowing, where we find the source of life. Feel your breathing. Feel this energy and this life that is flowing. It is flowing in you and in each of the creatures in all creation. This creation that is expressed in many ways. Life in abundance. From this life, we come together in searching for the good living of the Amazon peoples. Living in harmony with oneself, with nature, with human beings, with the Supreme Being. The Holy Ruah, which transforms chaos, providing harmony. It now helps us to come together and to join this synodal path.
Ábrete corazón.
Open up, heart. Open feelings. Open up understanding. Set aside reasoning. And let the sun shine. That is hidden within you. Open up ancient memory that is hidden in the land, under the water, under the bridge. Open up, heart. Open up feelings. Open your understanding and set reason aside. And let the sun shine that is hidden within yourself.
Es tiempo ya, ya es ahora. Ábrete corazón y recuerda como el Espíritu cura, como el amor sana, como el árbol florece y la vida perdura, que para llegar a Dios hay que aprender a ser humano. Ábrete corazón, ábrete sentimiento, ábrete entendimiento, deja a un lado la razón y deja brillar el sol escondido en tu interior. Ábrete, corazón. Es la
Open your heart. This is the invitation of this song. We now take a few minutes in silence to open our heart to the mystery.
Nuestras culturas
Our original cultures have a great connection with everything that's created. I invite you to pray with your entire body, to stand up and face where the sun rises. Look toward the sun is rising. Let us pray so that the creative energy may bring out in us that unstoppable desire to be in communion with the life that is being offered and that is never ending. May we have the courage to defend it wherever it is threatened, even at the expense of our own life. We take a bow.
ahora
Now we turn toward the sunset, toward where the sun sets. The sunset reminds us of the arrival of the night, the silence, the intimacy. The day ends, an era ends. We enter the night. It is the time to think, to evaluate, to reflect on our actions. Source of life, help us freely give what we have freely received. Give us the opportunity to repair the harm we have caused in the transcendent relation among human beings and creation, in order to recreate our life, our common home, to restore our energy and go back to being friends of yours, creators with you. We take a bow. The search of the Amazonian indigenous people for life in abundance is manifested in what they call good living. It is a matter of living in harmony with oneself, with nature, with human beings, and with the Supreme Being, since there is intercommunication in the whole cosmos, where there are neither excluding nor excluded, so that among all of us, we may forge a project of life in its fullness. Such an understanding of life is characterized by connectedness and harmony in relationships among water, territory, and nature, community life and culture, God, and the various spiritual forces. For them, good living means understanding the centrality of the relational transcendent character of human beings and of creation, and supposes good doing. The material and spiritual dimensions cannot be disconnected. In the Amazon territory, there are no parts that can exist by themselves and only externally related, but rather dimensions that constitutively exist in relation, forming a vital whole. The Amazon territory offers a vital learning, a vital teaching to understand, to fully understand our relations with the others, with nature, and with God, as states Pope Francis. The jungle is not a resource to exploit, it is a being or several beings with whom to relate. We are hurt by the destruction of nature, the destruction of the forest, of life, our children, and future generations.
Ahora vamos con...
We now will share some questions to facilitate our personal and community reflection. There are 2 questions. We're going to give you a few moments of silence so you may hear the echoes that these questions provoke. And then we're going to take a moment. We're going to try to share what emerges, what comes from our spirit and heart. Also, even though we are not close, but we'll do it at a distance. We now take a moment for personal reflection. And here are the questions. What does this synod invite me to personally and in the community? Second, how does it challenge me spiritually?
Es la primera vez.
It is the first time we do this online prayer, but we have all the tools to be able to communicate amongst us. So we invite you. Sister Florence is ready to open your microphones so you can share some echoes. You can share what is resonating in our hearts, in your heart, after everything we've heard and prayed so far. It could be one sentence or just a simple word. You can also speak English because we have translation. If you do not wish to share, you can write a word on the messenger service on the chat. We're going to take a few minutes to share if you wish.
Flo, ¿podemos ver?
Flo, can we see the people who are connected? Sister Pat wants to speak in English.
For me, the Amazon is not just a place. It's a paradigm of our whole life. And the Synod is calling us to reflect together on the unity of the whole of creation and calling us to cross cultures, religions, all our differences, and to be one with the earth and one with those who suffer throughout our world.
Del grupo español,
In this Spanish group, this Synod invites me to be courageous in defending creation, even at the expense of conflict and the rejection I may suffer. Spiritually, it calls me to recognize God in every creature, to express respect and reverence to everything that is created.
I will read the English. We need deeper appreciation of the giftedness of all elements in God's creation. Remember, all is connected. A second person writes, awareness of God's faithful presence all the time. Another person, we are all connected as we respond to the call to act now for climate justice. Climate justice. God of creation, may my love of creation, of people, increase. May my love of technology become a servant of people. Our earth connects all of us, no matter our country of origin. Spanish group.
This synod invites me to defend creation, to be a voice for the voiceless, for the weak and those discarded by society. I cannot be indifferent.
Presentamos
We present our God, the Creator, the creative energy, the source of life. We present to Him everything that is in our hearts and that we have not expressed. We want to be interconnected in harmony with all creation. All-powerful God, you are present in the whole universe and in the smallest of your creatures. You embrace with your tenderness all that exists. Pour out upon us the power of your love, that we may protect life and beauty. Fill us with peace, that we may live as brothers and sisters, harming no one.
Les invito que ahora
I now invite you to pray this prayer together. all-powerful God. You're present in the whole universe and in the smallest of your creatures. You embrace with your tenderness all that exists. Pour out upon us the power of your love that we may protect life and beauty. Fill us with peace that we may live as brothers and sisters, harming no one.
Vamos cerrando.
We are bringing this moment of prayer to a close, and we're going to conclude with a song that was thought, dreamed, and written for this synod. The song is in Portuguese, and the lyrics refer to Pope Francis's Laudato Si. The title is Tudo está interligado, everything is interconnected. We listen to the song. If you desire, you can dance to it. It's a very passionate song. It is filled with energy. And then together, we will bring this moment to a close with some announcements for our next moments. Everything is interconnected. Everything is interconnected. As if we were just one. Everything is interconnected. In this common home. The care for the flowers in the garden. The plants. The rivers. The care of the earth and the animals.
Com doentes e idosos, pelos pobres, opção preferencial. Tudo está e delirado, como se fôssemos tudo está interligado nesta casa comum. A luta pelo pão de cada dia, por trabalho, saúde, educação. A luta pra livrar-se do egoísmo e a luta contra toda corrupção. O esforço contra o mal do consumismo, a busca da verdade e do bem. Falece do tempo de descanso, da beleza deste mundo e do além. Tudo está interligado, como se fôssemos tudo está interligado nesta casa comum. O diálogo na escola e na família, entre povos, culturas, religiões, os saberes da ciência, da política, da fé, economia em comunhão. O cuidado pelo eu e pelo tu, pela nossa ecologia integral. O cultivo do amor de São Francisco, feito solidariedade universal. Tudo está como se fôssemos tudo está interligado nesta casa comum. Tudo está interligado, como se fôssemos tudo está interligado nesta casa comum. Tudo está interligado, como se fôssemos interligado nesta casa comum.
Todo está conectado.
Everything is connected as if we were only one. Everything is connected in this common house, in the common home. This is the message of this song, just as in Laudato Si. We will publish in our blog the link to this song and also the lyrics. These are the sisters who at this time are participating in the Synod as representatives for UISG. 6 from Brazil, 2 from Colombia, 2 from Peru. Those are the mission countries because actually Mary Agnes is from Kenya. All the news information about our sisters, their impressions, and the photographs can be found on this blog, which we have created to give more visibility to their voice. At the same time, UISG is organizing with other people and other organizations as part of this group, Amazon Common Home. We're organizing several events. This is the list. On Wednesday the 16th, we'll have a webinar online for the campaign Sowing Hope for the Planet. We're going to send you all the information, but just so you know, on the 21st at 3 p.m., we'll have a reflection on occasion of the Extraordinary Missionary Month in English and French. Excuse me, this is a mistake. On Tuesday, the 22nd, we will be seeing a movie here, Des Femmes et des Hommes, about gender equality in the world. This is only in person. On the 24th at 2 o'clock, we will repeat this experience of online prayer as a moment to collect the fruits of the Synod. And the last occasion that we really experience with much pride, we're really happy to do this on Monday the 28th, an online meeting here with the religious who participated to the Synod so they can speak about the fruits and comment and speak of the final document. We will be doing this in 5 languages: English, French, Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. I think we can now bring this to a close. We thank you for your presence during this moment of prayer. We invite you to create this space of contemplation, as Sister Pat was saying, contemplation for the Amazon as a paradigm for all the corners in the world that are suffering, people, cosmos, the earth. Thank you very much for participating, and we are going to share the video we have recorded so that you can also share it with your communities. Thank you very much to all.